everyone. Today we're going to talk about canning. I'm coming to you from the garden also. All of my tomatoes behind me. We are going to talk about food preservation. I wanted to tell everyone that what they see in the video is just some good tips that I've learned over the years. But if you want to get started canning and have the proper setup and the proper tools, what you need to do is buy yourself one of these. This is the blue book. This is made by Ball. It's got all the safety regulations in it. All books made after 2006 are current to all the tested recipes. You really don't want to just can anything that you've made on the counter. You want to follow a recipe. You want to get all of your tools together and all of your jars sanitized, and then you want to learn about the water bath and the pressure canner. There are two kinds of canning. Water bath is for high acid foods and jellies, and then the pressure canner is for low acid foods like green beans and meats and corn. So you really want to make sure that you have all the right steps before you get started. But like I said in this video, I hope you enjoy. It's just some good tips and some of the things that I love to can. Our tomatoes have gently boiled for 5 minutes, and we are ready to can. We're going to take our jar. This recipe calls for a teaspoon of citric acid and a whole teaspoon of salt. And we're going to ladle in our tomato, and we are going to leave a 1/2 inch headspace. Headspace is important because in the process of canning, the boiling water bath is going to help siphon out all the air and then just leave a completely airtight seal on your jar. And if you don't have the right headspace, it'll actually pull out some of your food. So always follow the headspace. And this is very hot, so be careful. Sometimes if you fill it a little much because you have this in here, you're going to have to pull some out. Like that. A little too much. Still a little much. See, I want to get a 1/2 inch headspace, so you really want to have that exact. Now we're going to clean the rim of any tomato product, nice and clean, nice and dry. And we're gonna go get one of our lids out in warm water. That helps soften this rubber seal. So once it's in the process, that seal has a lot of room for the rim to be pressed right on. We're gonna do fingertip tight. That just means as much as you can get it with your fingertip without holding the jar and going down tight, so that it's still gonna have wiggle room once it's in the canner. And there's my first jar of crushed tomatoes canned. So now all my jars are in the canner. I'm going to set a timer for 45 minutes. Crushed tomatoes boil at this boiling rate for 45 minutes. Once they're complete, I'm going to shut the canner off for 5 minutes, let it cool, and pull my jars out. And once they come out, they're shelf stable for 3 years. When working with a hot pepper, always remember to wear a glove. The seeds and membrane can burn your skin. Firmly pressing down the rings in this recipe is very important because of air content. We don't want any air left in these jars. One of the things I want to talk to you about is storing your jars without the ring on. The ring is needed to can them so that the vacuum seal, like when it's in the pressure canner or the water bath, the vacuum that's happening, that's pulling the air out, is also sealing this, and then that's why you get the little ping. So none of these ping because they've been sealed. So once it's been 24 hours and your jars are cooled, you just want to take the rings off, clean them down and label them, and then just test them and make sure that that lid is secure. If I was to store them with the ring on and this rotted and then it gets gassy and it gets gross, and the ring is on, that lid is gonna pop off if this rots inside of it, because it's gonna push it out, like the gases and stuff. The ring on will actually make this lid reseal itself, and now when I pull it off the cabinet to eat it, I won't know that inside this jar it's actually rotten and this lid resealed. So it's really, really safe to, it's actually the only way you should do it, to store your jars, all of your products that you do once you clean them, without the rings on. Important tip.